This is why you're not finishing your beats. It's your guy Brahma Guru, and in this video I'm going to tell you exactly why, as a music producer or beat maker, you're not finishing your beats. Okay, let's get into it. Before we do though, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe, especially to help us build this tribe, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Okay, now let's get it. So a lot of music producers aren't finishing their beats, and you may be just like this. I know that I've fallen into this category many times. And one of the number one reasons why you aren't finishing your beats is because you don't think that they're good enough. Yep, you don't think they're good enough, because if you did, you'd finish them, right? So you're probably just sitting there listening to the beat over and over again, and you probably get lost in where to go next. That's the problem, is because you're the only one listening to it. You don't have any other ears, any other professional ears, producers that are doing the same thing that you're doing, that can give you feedback on where to go next. Sometimes you just need some inspiration, like someone to tell you that, yo, this beat is dope, because sometimes you can't hear it. Case in point, have you ever made a beat and you were working on it, one night, right? Let's just say one night you were working on a beat and you're like, man, this is whack. You go to sleep, you come back the next day and you listen, you like, damn, this beat is kind of hard. Well, that's because you gave yourself a chance to step outside of where you were in that moment, right? So you were able to give yourself a third eye or bird's eye point of view on it, so that you could see it objectively. Subjectively, while you're making the beat, you're not really hearing it the way you need to. And that's what that other person or those other people, that other group of producers that you share your stuff with, they'll be able to give you that kind of feedback in real time. They'll be able to say like, oh, this is dope. So you know that you can keep going. Sometimes you just need that motivation. If you don't have it, sometimes you just leave that beat in the stash. Even if you do come back and listen to it and you think it's dope at that time, you still might not have the energy or the right perspective to finish that beat. Sometimes you need that crew, that squad that's like, yo, bro, this is dope. Keep going with this. Sometimes you need that squad to help you find your sound though too. That's the second reason why you aren't finishing your beats, is because you haven't developed your sound enough to where you know where to go next with it. It took me having a group of producers or producer friends that I could trust, sending them my stuff so that they could tell me like, yo, bro, okay, yeah, that's that old Brahma, man. That's your sound right there. Because sometimes I might get caught up in listening to what's out right now and try to implement that into my sound, which there's nothing wrong with that. You should always evolve your sound. But if you get too lost in that, you might start losing your essence. So it's important to always be able to have those that could pull you back in and be like, yo, man, this is where your sound is at. This is what, this is the core of your sound. And a lot of that core of your sound comes from your love of music that you were influenced by, right? That principle where there's me, M-E, and there's me, M-I-I. Where me is, there's only one me, so I'm going to be the only one that could produce the music the way that I do. And the M-I-I is the motivation, the influence, and the inspiration. Those are the producers that motivate me, inspire me, and influence me. So in my case, I've told you the three main producers that I'm inspired by, motivated by, and influenced by is Dr. Dre, DJ Battlecat, and DJ Quick. Those producers helped me hone my sound, and they were the ones I modeled my sound after. There's no one in this game that hasn't modeled their sound after some other producers or some other great musicians. Even if we went into singers, right? You wouldn't have a Usher or a Chris Brown without a Michael Jackson, right? You wouldn't, and I can go on and on and on. We can get into just different forms of music. Those who came before us, we're standing on their shoulders. No matter what you do, even if it's subconscious, you've been inspired, you've been motivated and influenced by certain musicians who you grew up listening to. It's already embedded in you. So instead of denying it, you learn to craft it and hone that into your own sound, because you're a filter of that sound. So once you accept that, you begin to start understanding your perspective as a music producer and where to go next in your beats. The number 3 thing is that you don't have a formula. You need that formula, man. I use my 7 elements of beat making that helps me get through my beats all the time, because I know that after I lay the drums and I got the percussion going, I'm gonna need a lead instrument, and after that lead instrument, I'm gonna need a bass line, and after that bass line, I'm gonna need some background sounds, and after the background sounds, I'm gonna need some chorus instruments, and then after the chorus instruments, I'm gonna need to arrange it, and then that's gonna be the whole beat. Right? So I follow those 7 steps, and it don't even have to be in that order. I could do the first 3-4 elements and then start arranging it, for the most part, laying it out. Sometimes I do that because I'll lay the drums, percussion, lead melody, and I might want to play the bass line for 16 to 32 bars, depending on where I want to go with it. And then after that, I copy the beat 3 more times, copy it over. It's laid out. And then I start adding chorus instruments and stuff in there, since I know where the chorus instruments are going to go. So saying all that to say that you could have a formula that doesn't have to go in a certain order. But if you follow these 3 things that I told you, then you're going to be able to finish your beats in no time. One of the most important aspects that I spoke on, though, is having that squad that's behind you, that's helping you progress. Iron sharpens iron. I don't care who you are. It goes back to what I just said too, that you're always going to be motivated, inspired, and influenced by other producers. And that's initially how you were able to get this far in your sound. But the thing about it is, those motivational producers or inspirational influencer producers, sometimes you don't have a connection with them to get feedback from them. So you should have a squad around you of producers who understand and respect music production and look at this as an art, as a craft, and are working on mastering the craft, who can help you develop your sound further or trust in the sound that you've already been building. That's exactly why I built the Ape Army, my private music producer community, where all of us producers are coming together, and each one of us is progressing and helping each other progress to that next level. We're always working on the craft. We said, you know what? We're on all these social media apps all the time. We need a social media app for ourselves, a group of just producers to where we can tap into to get that vibe from. I can go on the app right now. I can go on the Ape Army app right now, and if I need some inspiration or some motivation, I could listen to a producer's beat in there like, yo, man, that's hard. Okay, now it inspired me to get back into the lab and cook up. Same thing, I could post something in there, and then the producers might be like, yo, bro, that's hard. Now I got to go back to the drawing board. Man, you inspired me to do something dope today. Sometimes we don't find the time to create because we don't feel the energy. We're not moved enough to go and create. That's another reason why you don't finish your beats. It's because you don't have the energy, or you're not giving yourself that time or setting out time in your day to go create. And when you tap into the Ape Army app, it's going to bring you into that world, because it's nothing but producers on there talking music production and speaking life into each other. That's what it's really about. Iron sharpens iron. And in order to really, really win the way you want to win, you got to have that group with you. You got to have that squad. So if you're a producer and you're doing it like on lone wolf style, like we usually do, and you're all by yourself, and you're coming up with the same patterns and ideas, and you don't have anywhere to bounce your ideas off of, tap into the Ape Army. I'm leaving a link in the description. You definitely want to join the community. Right now, you could join it. It's only $1. This is going to go away pretty soon, though. So by the time you watch this video, I'm not sure if it's still available, but you get the drum tank plugin for $1. And then after that, it is $37 a month. So if you want to continue, you can cancel at any time, though. It's no obligation. And then, if you want to come back later on, you can. So you do start over again usually, though. Once your account is canceled out, you start from the beginning. But once you join the program, you start off as a recruit, and you work your way all the way up into a colonel. And there's different things that you unlock as you go up in rank in the Ape Army. The more you contribute, the more you engage, the more feedback you give, the more posts that you make, the more you're going to grow and go up and grow in rank, because it's really about that. We're not in this community to just sit around. We're in this community to help and contribute and give service. That's what life is about, right? Sometimes that's part of it too. We're not motivated enough because we're not serving. Your purpose is to be served, right? That's why you even hear it like, I need to serve my purpose. I'm on this earth to serve a purpose. As music producers, part of our purpose is to give back what we've learned. All the knowledge, all the skill that we've earned and learned, we're supposed to give that back in some way. And that's why I built the Ape Army, not just for me to give back everything that I know, everything that I've developed in my 26 years of music production, but also a space for you to come into and be able to give that back to as well. Okay, so I'm leaving the link in the description. Check it out. Make sure you sign up. Like I said, you get the drum tank plugin right when you sign up. We are planning on adding other bonuses too. And join right now. The price will be going up, so if you lock in at the $37 a month, you'll be able to get in and lock in. You'll be grandfathered in at that price even when the price does go up. Okay, so I hope this video has helped you and motivated you to go into your stash and finish your beats and start trusting your sound and having more confidence in your expression as a music producer. Also, check out this video where I talk about whether mixing in the box is a red flag or not. We break everything down. I even bring you behind the scenes of the Ape Army to show you the discussion that we had and some of the great game that the producers are giving in this community. Okay, check it out right here.